Let's take you live to the Oregon coast where it is dry and gorgeous right now. That is the live look from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City, looking north towards Cascade Head, one of those headlands along the North Oregon coast that juts out into the Pacific. That is pretty. Running a time lapse up on Cannon Beach. We'll see a gorgeous looking sunset there for our later shows tonight. All right, let's get into the weather potential tomorrow and at least the threat for some thunderstorms. Here's the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. A good chunk of Oregon has at least some chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. And you're like, okay, this is really broad and very non-specific. Well, the bottom line is the forecast is somewhat broad and non-specific. Here's what's going on. We've got low pressure that's spinning in the northern part of California this afternoon, and it's going to kind of sit and spin there over the next 24 hours. And little weather impulses will kind of rotate around that along with the areas of instability. That's getting into the weeds a little bit. The point is that as this thing spins, it's going to spit little pieces of energy our way during the day tomorrow. And tomorrow's likely to be significantly warmer than today. What does that do? That adds a little extra lift into the atmosphere. It adds a little extra fuel for at least the potential for some thunderstorms. All that to say that, we probably start off dry. This is what Futurecast is showing us. Probably some morning sunshine tomorrow. And then as we roll the clock into the afternoon, modeling does suggest thunderstorms erupting in the southern Willamette Valley and across portions of central Oregon earlier in the day rather than later, right? So we're talking maybe noon, 1, 2 o'clock if our model is spot on. And then as we go to the afternoon, late afternoon, this is around dinner time, modeling starts to show a couple of green blobs popping up here in the central and northern Willamette Valley. Again, don't get too fixated on exactly where you see that dot at exactly what time. The point is that as we get into the afternoon, the atmosphere is becoming more conducive to thunderstorms. And by overnight, this is when at least one of our models wants to pound the Portland metro area with some thunderstorms. And I bring this up because A, our model has actually done a reasonably good job and a reasonably good track record with thunderstorm outbreaks the last few that we've had. And the fact that this is possible not just in Portland, but maybe in Salem or maybe down towards Corvallis or maybe up towards Cowlitz County, right? So don't get too fixated on that. The point is that the potential is there. All that's to say that we're probably going to get a little wet for some of us, and some of us may not see anything this weekend. I know that's a really great forecast, right? 82 degrees right now at PDX. Our high today was 83 in Portland, Scappoose at 82, Hillsborough 81. So a lot warmer today compared to the 60s that most of us were stuck in yesterday, right? We certainly saw this coming, kind of a summery finish to our work week. 79 was the high in Astoria today. Meanwhile, in part of the state that's usually quite warm, was not because of the clouds and spotty showers today. Prineville only got to 64, as did Bend. Redmond got to 69. All right, the beach forecast tomorrow. Mostly sunny, slight chance of probably more like a shower. I think rumbles of thunder will remain in the coast range and Point C's. It should be a decent day at the beach tomorrow with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Columbia River Gorge, certainly a potential for some afternoon thunderstorms and warm. The Dalles getting up to about 89. We'll hop over the Cascades. Widespread intermittent cloud cover and shower potential for you. And not quite as smoky as well. Prineville gets to about 79. All right, Futurecast up and down the I-5 corridor tomorrow has Longview starting off in the upper 50s, Portland right around 62 or so. I roll the clock into the afternoon. It's going to be a warm one tomorrow, 87 degrees. Our normal high for early September is 80. So obviously tomorrow's going to be a toasty one, and then we'll wait to see if those thunderstorms do in fact pop in the afternoon or evening tomorrow, which may linger into early Sunday. A second system kicks in with a chance of some light rain Sunday evening, early Monday, and then it looks like our Labor Day should trend drier by afternoon with highs in the 70s. Tim?